That's a weird thing that I think a lot of people don't know, and the only reason I know is because of you. But there are some countries that do not allow prediction betting on Twitch, which is crazy.
You can select who you think is gonna win. You just can't put channel points into that.
Wait, can you set up a VPN and do it that way? Have you tried that?
Maybe. I've never tried.
Oh. What have we done?
The police are gonna use this as evidence against me.
Oh god.
As we load onto 2,000 atmospheres, LE. Of course, in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have a blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing Team Super. He is Chance. Or Super Chance.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the European, the Polish Protoss player. He is pink, representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer. As we get into this massive shout out to Soundo in the chat for the 900 bits. Thank you, Soundo.
Woo! That's a lot of bits.
A lot of bits, mate. Oh.
That's like more bits than in an N64.
Oh, boy. What were you saying before I spoke about Soundo? What were you doing, Yaku?
Oh, it's nothing. I just did I miss Blazer remaking their logo again?
I noticed that as well. They have a new logo.
Okay, just checking because I thought, wait, am I just remembering wrong? And has this always been their logo?
Yeah, I think you can spell Blazer with all of that, right? Like there's the B and then there's the L, and then the A, and then the C.
The L?
Well, the L is part of the B, right? That's why there's the line.
Oh, it's part of the B?
Yeah.
Oh, it's also in like a heart.
Yeah, I think.
But then what does the heart mean?
I
see the C. I see the C now.
Yeah.
And the A, and the R, and the E,
yeah,
and the B. But when you have the L with the B, it kind of looks like there are two R's.
Yeah, it's a complicated logo. It's. Oh god. But yeah, apparently they got a new one, so that's really cool to see that, you know, their team is updating themselves whenever they can. But we'll see if that's going to be enough here, because again, Chance, he is one of the big dogs in this tournament. He is an STC champion. That's more than I can say for Krystianer.
Oof.
Just saying.
We'll see if today is the day that he proves that he turns that around.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, it's very much up in the air. Chance losing in the micro battle a little bit, will be forced to retreat with his stalkers, and we do see some pretty massive variations on how our two players have opened up.
Mm-hmm. We really do. Okay, so a couple of things here. Chance did throw down a third gateway, so he's going mass stalkers on one base. He's sending everything across up. He has a pylon to reinforce. He's going all in. Meanwhile, Krystianer is expanding. He is using his resources on tech and on economy, not so much on his own army. So he's going to be a little bit weaker here, but he does have defensive shield batteries.
He does, and pretty soon he's going to have battery overcharge available as well. That battery is very wide in the open, though.
Really
wouldn't take too much for a handful of stalkers to snipe it out, like so.
Yeah, but what's important here, as Krystianer did confirm that it was one base, is this Oracle, because, again, the Oracle showing up here, hopefully, ideal scenario is that he does force a warping back at home. Oh.
And that would definitely be ideal. It is only a single Oracle, though, so that shield battery will be able to out-DPS it and keep the probes alive. Best case scenario for Krystianer is to utilize a stasis ward.
Exactly.
Charge being popped in the main.
It is popped in the main. Chance makes his entire way into the main base. Shield batteries are going down. Overcharge is going to keep Krystianer alive for a little bit, but the production, it's going to get depowered.
Just like so. 3 more stalkers rock up here for Chance, and things are not looking up whatsoever for our big Protoss player from Poland.
Yeah, exactly. He's pulling the boys to buy a little bit of time to repower these gateways so he can warp in another round of stalkers, but I feel like the damage is being done. Meanwhile, across the map, the Oracle hasn't really done much at all. I think one stasis trap did go up, which is something, sure, but again, Chance has had no reason to warp it back at home because of that shield battery.
Yeah, what's better, to kill 18 probes or to
Second
stasis
Oracle?
them? Yeah, second Oracle does come up, and that does help a lot, actually.
Does it?
But Chance is undeterred. But Chance is undeterred.
Yeah, there are just so many Stalkers here, and sure, Krystianer is dealing some damage across the map. Probes are falling left and right, but I feel like we needed a Void Ray sooner.
Yeah, well, there aren't too many Stalkers left anymore, and the battery overcharge will keep this Void Ray alive even further. So, yeah, Krystianer, you know, as badly bruised and bloody he is right now, he does have a chance to fight back. Oracles are now out of energy, so they're not going to be getting too many more probe kills here. But Krystianer is surprisingly still ahead on the work count.
True. Krystianer, he's ahead by 2 probes right now. He's obviously down in army. He just used his shield battery, so he has to be so careful with this Void Ray. He cannot afford to lose it.
Yeah, he cannot afford another one either. Like we see right now, that Void Ray is so low. Chance almost overextending, but doesn't.
Oh my
God. The probes are going to start to go down. I think Chance has just done it.
Yeah, the probes fall left and right. There's only 3 probes remaining here. The Void Ray lived, but at the cost of every single worker. At the same time, Krystianer tries to go in, but we still have more mining, and I think Chance is done it.
Yeah. Question though, can Krystianer force a draw? Can he go for a base trade?
Technically, yes. But I think Chance will kill buildings faster.
Yeah, that's
just has more overall output DPS. We could end up in a weird scenario. Yeah. Okay.
Well, if all the Stalkers go down.
True. Okay. So, hypothetically, Krystianer, there is 0 mining right now here for Chance. There's a world, especially because Krystianer has a Void Ray, where Krystianer comes back home, he sets up a stasis trap, he stasises like 50% of these Stalkers, and he can take a fight. Like he
can.
Like he can technically win a battle. He's coming back home.
He heard us. He heard us.
He knows about the Chance.
Well, yeah, he's right up in his face.
He is. So the main base will go down. Krystianer still has a natural. He still has resources, by the way. If he wanted to, he could make a probe. He doesn't want to right now, though. Like it would just die if he made it. So he has to be very careful with when he decides to spend his money.
Yeah, Chance, meanwhile, is remaking his workers slowly but surely, and the entire army goes across the map right now for Krystianer.
Yeah, so I guess Krystianer decided not to fight. So he's gonna try and destroy the buildings.
I just realized something here. Like, Chance does still have random pylons on the map.
Yeah. He does. He still has a probe as well, as we do see a recall. The Stalkers come back home. Chance wants the macro from here.
I'm not sure if that was the right call, but I guess, you know, technically speaking, the army of Chance does out DPS the army of Krystianer as long as the target fires correctly.
Yeah. So Chance wants to keep this probe alive. By the way, this is the early probe of Chance, and Chance cannot remake another one.
It's the only probe left in this game.
Yeah.
He's gonna be traumatized at the end.
Oh my God, Chance, he wants to keep it alive. Krystianer, he's gonna dive on it.
He's gonna try to.
He's gonna try.
And you know what? This is a safer chance for Chance right now. This is the better thing to do. Play defensively because he knows he has that advantage. You know, he can try to force Krystianer into him if need be. Here are some stasis wards, though.
This is how you do it, mate. This is how you do it. The Void Ray does rock up. It's going to try and bait his opponent away. 3 Stalkers will give chase. At the same time, Oracles are looking to dive in. There is a shield battery. There is overcharge.
Did he bait it? Come on. Okay, Chance not falling for the bait just yet.
He wants to get baited with the stasis trap. It looks like it will finish. Oh, no.
It does finish up, yep. And there's no detection here, so Chance is going to have to just completely avoid that area of his main base for the time being.
Yeah, the problem is that, like, Krystianer needs to do this earlier, like, across the map as well, before he was in a scenario where he has nothing. Like, he has no mining. He has to win the game with 3 units. No! Not like this!
Well, now 2 units. GG is called, and Chance takes a very peculiar game number 1.
That was crazy. GG, well played. That went all the way down to the last couple units. I do think there was a world where if things just went perfectly, maybe Krystianer could have won. Maybe it would have been really hard though.
It really would have.
Yeah.
Like as you were saying, you were even like, you know, planning out a potential plan that could be used by Krystianer there. But the thing is, everything would have to go perfectly
Yeah.
for him
Yeah.
in that scenario as well. If as long as Chance doesn't fall for the bait, essentially, Chance is still solid. Chance still has that opportunity.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was us. There was always a chance. There was always a chance, and
I get it.
we'll see how this series will end as we are getting into game number 2.
Número dos.
Oh boy. And as Krystianer is saying, yes, here he will have the ping advantage as we do alternate between servers. Game 1, was in favor of Chance. Game 2, now in favor of Krystianer.
Yeah. Only slightly, though. As we continue our series on Hardwire LE, of course, in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have a blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He, of course, is going to be representing Team Super, playing in that GP Amateur King, whatchamacallit. He is the Super Chance.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Polish Protoss player. He is pink, representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer.
I would say that A kind of looks like a barn to me.
Yeah, there's like dimensions to it,
Yeah. There's a door.
What is the R in the barn?
What?
What's
no,
the
I
R?
mean like like the shape of a barn,
No, yeah, I'm saying.
What's the R?
Yeah, if it was
the
barn.
R is the cow. It's a cow coming up.
Okay.
The grace.
Sure. God damn it. Oh god. But here we go. We're now diving into game 2. As a reminder, Chance did go for a 1-base all-in previously, so we'll keep an eye on things, see if he does more of the same. Again, he does have a slight ping disadvantage, so maybe he's going to want to be the defender this time.
Yeah, being the aggressor in PvP is always extremely micro-intensive. More so than being the defender, so, it's not the smartest idea to try to do that when you do have a ping disadvantage, but at the same time, I'm not sure how drastic that really is going to be for him.
Yeah, we'll see if it really affects his decisions at all here, or if he just throws caution to the wind and just goes for something similar again. So far, nothing too crazy, except our first initial units here. Pretty standard from Krystianer, much more aggressive from Chance.
Yeah, so he's still going to be playing this out a little bit more aggressively than his opponent, but it's by no means an all-in this time at all. It's just a pretty standard macro game, just with more, just with adepts to try to snipe probes instead.
Yeah, exactly. These adepts in a head-on engagement will fall to Stalkers, but their goal here is to outmaneuver the Stalkers of Krystianer and get across the map and hopefully get into a mineral line. Meanwhile, I don't think Krystianer was able to spot them, but he is going to be... he's actually looking around for a potential proxy. Oh.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that.
He's all over the place.
Game number 1.
Yes.
And from here, both our players are just going for his Stargates, to be expected.
Yeah, Krystianer just a little bit paranoid, which, as you were saying, we don't blame him at all after the first game. And the big difference is that Krystianer has a little bit of a lead here with his natural, but for the first time this series, Chance expands.
Oh, okay. I wasn't entirely expecting that after game number 1, but this definitely makes a lot more sense. Like you were saying, there is a little bit of a ping disadvantage for him, and also on a map like Hardwire, it is a lot more difficult to pull off 1-base shenanigans, especially against a paranoid opponent.
Oh yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we do see Chance rocking up here with 4 of his gateway units. He to trying to bust their way into the main base as best they can, but it looks like the defenses are far too strong here. The Adepts will not get into the main.
One Adept will go down as well. And this time, Krystianer can breathe a lot easier. oracles to encounter one another, though.
They do. Oracle gets into the main base on both sides. Both players have shield batteries, both players have stalkers, and neither player loses any probes.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Well, the second oracle is coming out here from Krystianer, so with good enough target firing, we could get something done.
Yeah, he definitely could. We do have 4 stalkers in the main base, so Krystianer has to be very careful. He will catch 1 transferring probe here, so we'll get 1 for his troubles. And, ooh, almost loses an oracle.
I know it looked like it was only 1 worker that went down here for Chets, but Krystianer actually pulling far, far ahead in the worker count. He's just been focusing on his economy this entire time. And it's starting to pay off a little bit for him. He will lose 1 of these oracles, which of course is unfortunate. Hasn't quite been able to pay for itself just yet. And you always want to have some stasis wards and revelations later down the line. But you could also argue that with how far ahead Krystianer is right now, it's not the biggest of deals.
Exactly, like Krystianer, 7 probe lead. Jesus Christ, that's insane. That's why it's all the more important here for Chance to find some damage. He will get 1 probe, maybe 2, only 1 for the time being. As Krystianer now with this is already working on his tech. We do have that blink on the way as well.
On the way. I'm Italian again.
Oh god. Not again, Yaku, not again. And Krystianer, he was just checking the 3rd base. He checks, confirmed that there was nothing there. We'll turn around. On the retreat, he may be caught out a little bit here. As Chance is trying to give chase.
Yeah, I get it. And yeah, this is a pretty overwhelming amount of stalkers out here right now for Chance. Krystianer is a little bit revealed, so Chance does know that there are reinforcements waiting for him if he were to overextend. So yeah, for now he's just playing the containment game.
Yeah, exactly. Chance ropes up, confirms. Oh, that's a pretty large Protoss army here. Is he going to want to commit? He will end up fighting, trading a little bit, kind of 1-to-1. Uh-oh.
Yeah, but now the blink has finished up for Krystianer, and Chance does have to wait a little while for his blink to finish. They finally trade. The trade finally goes a little bit in Krystianer's favor, even more so right now.
Yeah, picks off an additional stalker here in the end. Krystianer only losing 4, meanwhile Chance has lost 5, so an additional stalker kill there. Not the biggest of deals, but again, Chance just overextending there a little bit. And now we finally see a bit more of a larger divergence, as Chance is still just working with gateways, and Krystianer is going for an earlier robot.
Yeah, this does mean that eventually Krystianer will have the much more powerful army, but if Chance is able to catch wind of that and is able to attack Krystianer in the middle of his transition, he will have a huge opportunity to do damage. This fight is definitely going Krystianer's way.
I was about to say, make Krystianer with the higher stalker count, with the concave on the high ground as well. Now is a really weird timing. Again, both players are still working on their economies, but with only having a 3 stalker advantage, he just snowballed hard, mate. And now he can just keep going.
Yeah, I was not expecting that 3 stalker advantage. Like you said, it was only 3 additional stalkers, but it went really, really hard there on top of the army that Chance had. And yeah, after the first couple of stalkers fell for Chance, the rest of the dominoes fell as well.
Yeah, exactly. GG. I do think part of that was because even though Chance was back at home at his 3rd base, he didn't have a shield battery, so he just didn't have a way to make up for his lack of stalkers there, despite both players being even in upgrades and even in tech. Yeah, he just straight up just had a smaller army.
That's pretty much what it was in the end, yeah.
Wow.
Can really see that early economic lead for Krystianer paying off for him. Being able to have a bigger army sooner, and he was even planning to transition out of that. You know, he didn't want to stick on Blink Stalkers for too much longer. But he didn't need to. He would have won with Blink. He won with Blink Stalkers in the end there, as we have our okay.
Yeah, we are. We're just trying to figure out what map 3 is going to be. As both players are Um, try to figure that out themselves as well.
Wait, hold up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought he said I also banned glittering. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna be going on to Glittering Ashes then as our ace match. See, I told you that if the series went on long enough, we would get a different map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Finally, we're spreading our wings a little bit here. No more hardwire, no more 2K atmospheres. We're going to be diving into Glittering Ashes.
Yeah, we're going to be concluding this series before we get into our semifinals. This is, of course, the quarterfinals, as they call it. The winner of this will be going up against either Bjorn or Holy Hit.
Ooh, true. And even though Bjorn is the favorite, you know, again, upsets do happen. You know, people can pop off in these tournaments. I wish the best of luck to Holy Hit.
As do I. Nice to see him here for the first time in the Sparkling Tuna Cup.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the German probe, in a way.
He is the big weed.
Yep, that's what I was referring to, yeah. That and the dyed hair. But regardless, we are coming down and concluding our best of 3 quarterfinals here on Glittering Ashes LE, where in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we of course have our blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is of course going to be representing his team, Super A. He is Super Chance.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the pink Polish Protoss player himself, tying up the series 1-1 in that previous game. Can he take the series? It is Team Blazers, Krystianer. I was gonna say, like, mate, we're back from the Chinese client, you know, it's
Yeah.
don't have to be mistaking the maps anymore, Papi.
I don't have to throw out a guess and see if it's right. Even though I can see what the map is.
It's crazy, mate. It's
read
crazy.
it.
Yeah, for those wondering, when we were casting the Chinese qualifiers, because it's on a different client, everything is in Chinese, like all the words and all the letters.
They don't have other language options.
Yeah, and even though, like, we know the maps, like, we've been casting the maps for months, if not years, for some of them. We know them, but, like, when you load into a map and when you look on over and you see, like, foreign letters, like, it makes you just panic a little bit sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I do an update. Look, it's one of those things where, you know, some people are really good at remembering faces, not names. That's kind of like what I am with maps.
For me, it's like, right, loading it is, and I just instinctively glance over at where the name is, and I'm expecting to read the name of the map, and then it's just not there, and then I just, for a moment, your brain freezes. It's like, oh my god, where am I?
I'm pretty sure we're on Glittering Ashes, but I can't confirm.
Yeah, you know. Oh my god.
Like, who knows? This could be the non-LE edition. You know, I'm not sure if I'm on Redshift or back hyphens.
Yeah, it just adds a layer of uncertainty that you're not used to. And again, it's not like we rely on it. It's obviously we were able to introduce all the maps anyway when we were casting it, but yeah, it's just you know, just a layer of awkwardness.
Yeah. Oh, that's a Chinese client for you. Thankfully, we won't have to worry about that for 2 weeks.
Yeah, thank God. Oh god, as in 2 weeks is going to be the Chinese main event. Of course, we are going to be there for those for that main event as the B stream. But here we are in the ace match of these two players, and so far we do see them mirror each other, even with their initial units.
But here comes the major divergent, though, Light, as Chance is going to be throwing down his Twilight Council a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean a lot later than Krystianer throws down his Stargate.
Yeah, there we go. So both players are taking up in different directions. The Adepts do not manage to shade in. They will get one probe kill, but they do not see what the tech is. Meanwhile, Krystianer likewise hasn't seen what's happening across the map either. So Krystianer relying a lot more on dealing damage. Chance relying a lot more on building up and working on that Blink Stalker push.
And Krystianer should get some pretty good eyes on that. Oh, mistiming the shade by just a little bit. Nice couple of force fields here. Cool little trick that you can do to try to prevent some of your probes from going down. So Chance only loses 2, but Krystianer gets a very nice scout on the tech of Chance.
Exactly. Krystianer sees, oh, you don't have a Stargate. I don't need to get a shield battery in my main base. I know that I am free to, deal damage and try and adapt, and that, hey, have to be careful about that Blink Stalker timing.
He really does. So we see a Templar Archives? No, Twilight Council thrown down not too much later here for Krystianer.
Yeah, it is on the way. Of course, he will be behind, but slowly catching up with those Blink Stalkers at the same time. Krystianer now has 2 of these Oracles. He dives in, and it looks like he will focus down some of these probes.
Oh, almost loses 1 Oracle, but no cigar here. Sure, Chance is kicking himself a little bit that he wasn't quite able to get it.
Yeah, exactly. But oh, he gets in!
Krystianer, unfortunately, just not looking at the right place at the right time, and so these 2 Glaveless Adepts will more than reciprocate the probe damage done earlier on. 7 go down for the cost of only 2 Adepts. Well worth it. Chance pulls ahead a little bit in the worker count.
Yeah, that is brutal, mate. 7 probes. This should never have happened. And now Chance does have that worker lead that Krystianer had before. Was able to wreak some havoc. Also, throughout all of that, Krystianer, his own oracles were left a little bit idle as well. Chance even has eyes on them, looking to try and maybe even catch them.
With Haluked Phoenixes. Yeah. Krystianer has realized that they're Haluked, so.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile,
just
Chance
standing there and taking it.
Yeah, yeah, has them on hold position, just chilling. What's important though, Blink just finished up, and Krystianer. Okay, Chance. I thought he was going to start moving out, but no. Instead, he just expands.
May as well. It's already ahead. Might as well get further ahead. Doesn't want to throw away his lead by throwing away his army.
I mean, I do have a little bit of Blink here, keeping these Oracles in that dead space. And yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, it kind of makes sense because both Oracles are still alive. It's always risky to move out with your army. You do always have to leave some units back at home because a shield battery just isn't going to cut it against 2 Oracles. So Chance just wasn't feeling too confident moving out, so he's here to defend. And yo, Krystianer rocks up.
Chance will confirm this.
He wants
going to be able to keep that.
He wants the bait.
He wants the bait. And he will get it on 2 of these sentries. And those are sentries with a decent amount of energy on them as well. This is a really good concave for Krystianer 2. Blink is a little bit more efficient for Chance, but the sheer numbers are far in the favor of Krystianer.
Yeah.
Nexus did finish up though, so he can warp in from this location.
Exactly. Meanwhile, oh my god, he almost makes him again. Oh god. Oh, he's so close. Ah.
And there it is. But I think Krystianer has whittled down far enough that it is that Chance is going to be able to survive. I do appreciate that he triggered the final one though.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of mispathing there for Krystianer, but I love the setup. Every single stasis ward came into play here. But despite that, the one thing that Krystianer was lacking, and that I'm sure everyone noticed, was the lack of reinforcements. There was no proxy pylon. He wasn't sending more stalkers across the map. What units he had was very finite, so eventually Chance defended, and he was able to keep his probes alive and keep his base alive.
Yeah, behind all of this, he's working on charge as well as +1. War Prism is going to be finished up very shortly for him as well. There goes the final Oracle, so Chance will not be Stasis Ward ever again. Stasis Warded.
never again, mate. And things are going to be slowing down here, or calming down, I should say. Chance with a much faster forge already has +1 on the way, so his stalkers will be straight up better. But to challenge that, oh no, never mind. We do have charge on the way, but Chance is already there as well.
Slowly but surely. Time for the tables to turn and for Chance to be the aggressor, but as you were mentioning, the key difference here is that than Krystianer is that Chance will be able to reinforce this with that Warp Prism, is he? Okay, I was worried for a sec that he was supply blocked, but no, I was looking wrong. I should be worried for Krystianer.
Oh, yeah.
But I shouldn't anymore.
Mate, Krystianer has no map vision whatsoever, especially with the death of those oracles. So here we go. The army rocks up, and Krystianer, is he going to cancel this base? Oh, so far he lets it finish. He wants to try and save it.
He may be able to, you know, if the reinforcing warp-ins here for Chance are even slightly delayed, then he is going to be losing that Warp Prism. I'm looking at all of these Stalkers light. They all want to jump on top of that Warp Prism, but it ain't happening, not just yet.
Yeah, exactly. The upgrades are going to kick in here for Chance. +1 is going to finish up, but he doesn't even need it. He does end up overwhelming the army here of Krystianer. Chance, oh, the Warp Prism! Oh.
Almost got sickened out unnecessarily here for Krystianer, but he is able to keep it alive. He does back away just in time, and it feels like the warp-ins are a little bit lacking here for Chance.
Yeah, they are, but again, his army is still that much more powerful. He's focusing down the base whenever he can. Charges are coming in, and it looks like with the help of them, Krystianer is going to be able to force this back a little bit, but here come the reinforcements for Chance.
It's kind of funny to witness right now. And the base will go down in the end. Does Chance want to keep going? Does Chance want to keep going? He does, but I'm not sure if he should.
Yeah, exactly. He will try and dive on top of this army. Archons are being morphed in. There's the overcharge as well. Krystianer will be able to push this away. Ooh. And Krystianer lost a decent amount of probes there. 2 in the end. Oh, I say that, but actually there were much more earlier here at the 4th. Oh.
Well, I wonder what Krystianer is doing with his Warp Prism that he sent across the map earlier.
Remember, he is just kind of chilling here. I mean, at least Krystianer was able to defend. Fun fact, he was actually still ahead in probes after that defense. It looks like Chance has taken a little bit of a lead here. But Krystianer, now he can harass across the map.
Yeah, I guess that's the big thing about this Warp Prism is that Krystianer wanted to go for some counter harass, but he was forced to warp in back home. Yeah. Now that the threat is done, he can try to get that done, but yeah, recognizes that it's probably a better idea to try to fight with his entire army. Speaking of entire army.
Yeah, now it's time how the pendulum does swing. Krystianer's now here across the map. Krystianer does have a little bit of an advantage against all these charge-offs because of the Archons.
Yeah, but when it comes to the Stalkers, it is fully in favor of Chance. Very, very nicely done here from him. He didn't go too trigger happy with the battery overcharge. The battery overcharged the shield battery in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Chance playing a lot like Zest right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but Chance has been prioritizing just warping in wave after wave of Stalkers. Like, Krystianer is the one who's trying to, like, diversify his army and getting in more charge ults and more Archons, but, like, mate, pure Blink Stalker is all you need.
They are the man with gun, not Protoss. Yeah. Robot with lasers.
Exactly. And because of that, like, Chance, he's just able to out-micro, especially with his Blink Stalker micro. After every single engagement, he just has the superior Stalker count.
And I'm loving his target firing as well, taking out the, using the Immortals to take out the Archons, and then focusing down the Immortals whenever he can. GG is called. Chance will take that series 2-1 and make it all the way to the semifinals.
GG. Every single fight, mate. I was looking, I was like, Chance has like double the Stalker count, but like Krystianer has like, he makes up for that in Zealots, and I was like, oh, this should be kind of equal. Like, Zealots are meant to be good against Stalkers, right? Because like, they make things kind of awkward, but like,
hard to kill.
Yeah, exactly. You know? But
usually,
apparently Chance just didn't care. Like, obviously the upgrades helped him, but also like his Blink Stalker micro was crazy. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I did notice here for Chance, is that every single time he did try to micro as efficiently as possible, pulling back the weakened Stalkers and then never getting too far ahead of himself either. There were a couple of times when Krystianer was on the back foot, and I kind of thought, oh, if Chance just blinks on forward, he could take out, he could take out an Archon, or he could take out an Immortal, but obviously he wasn't entirely certain what was in front of him, so he decided, you know what, I'm not going to take that risk. I'm not going to throw away my lead. I'm just going to be a bit more conservative and use Blink when I have to.
Mm, mm. Yeah.
And it worked out for him.
In the end, he was able to just kind of win with just almost almost pure micro there. So very, very impressive. By chance. Congratulations. Meanwhile, for Krystianer, he had some really nice moves. Like, again, like that fight outside the third base with all those stasis traps. Like, that was very well calculated. Like, that was just a very, very smart
really
play.
was.
Yeah.
More players should do that.
Oh god. Unfortunately, like, he just didn't have any momentum there with him. Like, he couldn't warp in across the map. There was no pylon, there was no gateway, there was no warp prism. He just had what he had. So he could only deal a certain amount of damage there, and it wasn't enough.
Just barely not enough. And with that, we already have one of our semifinals here.